Yo, 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 it is Humdrum Gaming here with you with the Kansas City Chiefs franchise video number 2, trying to go back to back, baby. Let's go. If you haven't watched the first video, go check it out. It was the whole offseason for your Kansas City Chiefs. It was a spectacular offseason too. They got even better. We went over what they have to do, who they have to get to go back to back. Because you know, as an NFL fan, to go back to back, you can't stay the same. You need to get better in every phase of the game. Every phase. Special teams, offense, and defense. And I think we did that. Let me show you the team. Obviously, we have Patrick Mahomes. He's the key to this whole scheme. He's the key to this whole team, this whole organization, the whole franchise. He is the reason we are so good. He's a magician. He makes plays that many people really can't. He's probably the best player in the league. Not probably, he is the best player in the league, and we got him at QB. We have 3 halfbacks on the roster. Isaiah Pacheco. Next, we got Mohamed Ibrahim, and bear with me here. He is a rookie. We drafted him in the middle rounds. I wasn't sure if we were going to pick a running back, but when I saw his stats and I saw how he performed at the combine, I thought it was a must. He's going to be a great receiving back for us because we want Pacheco on the ground most likely. His speed and acceleration is great, but we have another speedy guy in Mohamed Ibrahim. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. He has 94 speed, 92 acceleration, 89 agility, 85 change of direction. This guy can really help us out. Again, he's not the starting back. He's probably not going to get a bunch of reps, at least in the beginning of the season, but as the season goes on, he has a chance to be a great player for this team and to produce a lot of good plays for us. Then we got the 30-year-old veteran, Melvin Gordon III. He's a good player. He's going to be good to help our 2 young running backs out, to guide them, to develop them, and he'll be kind of our guy, maybe in 4th and goal, 3rd and goal, to trust him to get just 1 yard. And when we look at the receivers, baby, we traded a first, or I think 2 picks, and another receiver, I think it was Valdez-Scantling, for DeAndre Hopkins. I would not have done this if DeAndre Hopkins was not on the trade block in real life. This is a realistic franchise. Since he's on the trade block, I thought, why not get Mahomes, an elite receiver, to pair up with Kadarius Toney and Travis Kelce? Getting DeAndre Hopkins was not an easy task. He's a $19.5 million. We had to save some money for him, but he's going to be a great player for us. We got rid of Juju Smith because we knew we wanted to go for DeAndre Hopkins, and Juju was a lot of money. Now, if we got Juju, we probably wouldn't have enough money to sign or trade for DeAndre Hopkins, so that is why we got rid of him. Getting DeAndre Hopkins, I feel like, is realistic for the Chiefs. Getting DeAndre Hopkins is going to help get more people open, like Kadarius Toney, DJ Chark, Sky Moore, and this rookie that we got, Tyler Scott, who is 97 speed, 95 acceleration. We have a lot of playmakers on this offense. DeAndre Hopkins, besides Travis Kelce, is probably one of the best players, maybe the best offensive players in the whole league. He is going to be exceptional for us. Last year, he was suspended for, I think, half the season, but he still had around 600 to 700 yards, 60-something receptions, 3 touchdowns. Like, that is really good. If he can just do that for us, he's probably going to have more. Last season, he only played half the season and still had that stat line. So he is going to be a spectacular play for us. That was the main addition for us, the big addition for us this offseason. And obviously, D-Hop is going to help us. And at tight end, we have Travis Kelce. Obviously, the chemistry is unmatched between him and Patrick Mahomes, so he'll be having a great season just like the season he had before. Our offensive line consists of Orlando Brown, who we signed to a 3 to 4 year contract. Joe Thuney, he's 30 years old. He's a superstar. I'm hoping to have him another, maybe 1 to 2 years before he regresses. Creed Humphrey, a 90 overall. He's a great center. Trey Smith, he's a young right guard. He's an exceptional player, and he fits very well with our scheme and in the trenches with the rest of our O-line. Then in the offseason, we had a right tackle spot to fix. Our best guy was Lucas Niang, which is not a bad second string guy, but as a starting guy to protect Mahomes, that wasn't the type of piece that we needed. So we went and got a 6'6", 312 from Texas Tech, experiences 3 years, Terrence Steele. He's hurt for the next 2 weeks. He did have a torn ACL. It was a risk of signing him, but even with the torn ACL, he's still a 79 overall. So when he comes back, I'm expecting him to be at least an 80 to 81 overall. And having that at the right tackle is going to be perfect for us. For now, the next 2 weeks, it will be Lucas Niang, which will be fine. He's a perfect guy to have as a second string for a few weeks, but we can't wait to have Terrence Steele back with us in 2 weeks. At the left end position, I had to think if I wanted to try to upgrade this position. But when I saw George Karlaftis, I didn't think we needed to. He's a 22 years old. He was a rookie last year. His stat line is really good. He had 6 sacks last year, 18 tackles. This is a guy who we want to develop. He's at 80 speed, 86 overall with acceleration. I think he can be a really good player for us. 6 sacks is a pretty good year for a rookie, especially a guy who's on the Chiefs with when the Chiefs really have a lot of guys who produce for them on the defensive side. So we're going to keep him at the left end. We're expecting a big year out of him, maybe 2 times the sacks that he had last year. I would be even happy with 7 to 8 sacks from him. At the right end position, we did need to upgrade here. We got Colby Wooden. I believe this was in the 2nd round, maybe the 3rd round. He's a future starter. We did need to upgrade the right end position, so we did in the draft. We got Colby Wooden from Auburn. He's 6'5", 284, only 72 speed, but he makes up for it with the 84 acceleration. But he's a massive dude. He's a freak of nature. We're really excited to have him on the team and see if we can develop him into a huge, huge piece to this defense. Our depth here on the D tackle spot is great. We have Chris Jones, Derek Noddy, and Mike Dana. We moved Mike Dana to D tackle. He used to be a right end because we wanted Colby Wooden to be the starting right end. I think he can have a great year for us and be a great piece to the puzzle. Outside linebacker, we picked this guy. He is a hidden dev trait, baby. Dylan Horton. I think he can be really good, especially rushing the passer on the outside. We're going to see how well he does paired up with the rest of the D-line. In that middle linebacker, the captain of our defense, Nick Bolton. He's a superstar, 87 overall, only 23 years old. Big year from him coming. Again, he's super young. We'd love to get him to a 90 overall this season. He is going to be the key to this defense. He is the captain. He is the man. We can't wait to see what type of season he has. Willie Gay is our outside linebacker. He's only 25 years old. He's a star dev trait. He's not bad. He has great speed. Can't wait to see him go off this year. At the corner position, we did upgrade this position a little bit with Jonathan Jones. So our cornerbacks consist of L'Jarius Sneed, Jonathan Jones, and 93 speed, 95 acceleration. That is perfect. That is what we needed for the secondary. And Trent McDuffie. Those are the top 3. We also have Jalen Watson, who's a good 4th guy. And then we drafted a guy who's probably going to be on a special teams, Catrell Clark. We picked him in the 7th round, so I think it was a great steal. I think he can develop into a really good fundamental player. Our free safety and strong safety definitely got better this season. We got Justin Reed at the free safety, and then at the strong safety, we have Deshaun Elliott. This is an upgrade from Thornton. We were thinking about getting Thornton, but we kind of wanted to upgrade from this position to get a younger player and a better overall, a guy who's more dynamic. And I think we got that in Deshaun Elliott. I'm really excited. He's a hard hitter. He can cover. He's going to be a great player for this team. So if you look at our overall, this is a great team we got here. 91 overall offense, 87 overall defense. And honestly, I didn't do very much. But to win a Super Bowl, again, you got to get better at some positions. I think they lacked in some positions. I don't think they necessarily lacked at the wide receiver position, but hear me out. I feel like the more weapons you have for Patrick Mahomes, the better chance you have of winning a Super Bowl. I think if you give Patrick Mahomes all these weapons, he's going to get the ball to them no matter what. The way he improvises and the way he throws the ball, he's going to be able to get the ball to his players, to his studs. And if you get D-Hop in open space, if you get D-Hop one-on-one, it's exceptional. But the thing is, not many people are going to have D-Hop one-on-one. They're going to double-team D-Hop, but then they got to worry about Travis Kelce. Then they got to worry about DJ Chark. Then they got to worry about Kadarius Toney. And these are guys that weren't on the team last year. I mean, Kadarius Toney was on the team last year, but these are guys that were in free agency that people didn't necessarily were very interested in. And so we saw them and we picked them up, and our wide receiver core might be better than it ever has been, even when Tyreek Hill is on the team. So with all that said, we're going to simulate to the mid-season. At 5-2, this is exactly where I expected to be. We are first in the division right now, but the whole division is very competitive. Let's go take a look at the stats. So Patrick Mahomes is just having a year, man. 2,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, and only 2 picks in 7 games. That is exceptional, man. He's probably looking for another MVP. That's something that I expect from him, but gosh, it's just so mind-blowing seeing him play this well all the time. Go only has 421 yards rushing. We're more of a pass-heavy offense, so I'm not surprised by it. I would like to get that number up. We'll see at the end of the season where he gets to. Something surprising here, DJ Chark Jr. is leading our team in receiving yards. This is amazing. If DJ Chark is leading in receiving yards, while D-Hop and Kelce and Kadarius Toney are right behind you, that means he must be playing tremendous. So we have a lot of guys playing at an elite level right now. That's just great news. We have 584 yards for DJ Chark, 508 for Hopkins, 465 for Travis Kelce. We're just gonna we might have 3 guys in 1,000 yards. I'm gonna go look up the history for that because I think that's only happened a couple times in NFL history. So in the whole NFL, there has only been 5 teams to have 3 receivers with over 1,000 yards in a single season on the same team. The last time this happened was the 2008 Arizona Cardinals with Larry Fitzgerald, Anquan Boldin, and Steve Breaston. That is pretty cool. I think we might get it. If everyone stays healthy, I really do think we're going to get 1,000 yards for all 3 of these receivers. Kadarius Toney has 249 yards. I wish that went a little bit higher. We might change our depth chart a little bit, but I really like how our offense is performing, so we're going to have to take a look. L'Jarius Sneed is leading this team in interceptions with 4 in the first half of the season. That's a pretty high number for the first half of the season. Let's hope he can double that at the end of the season, get 8 picks on the season. That'd be a great year for L'Jarius Sneed. But overall, I would like to see a little bit more picks and a little bit more turnovers. But we're 5-2, and honestly, the strength of our team is the offense. The defense just needs to hold the team to 20, 28 points, and I think we'll still be okay with our offense. Something interesting here: the strong safety Deshaun Elliott is leading in tackles. None of our linebackers, but Deshaun Elliott, strong safety, is leading in tackles. I knew he was a good tackler, but I didn't know he was this good, so hopefully he can keep that up. I hope some of our linebackers can probably lead in tackling, because that's what usually happens, and because they're the ones, in the trenches all the time. But it's great to see that Deshaun Elliott is coming up on the ball and coming downhill to make those tackles. The guy with the most sacks is Colby Wooden. That's not the problem. The problem is he only has 3.5 sacks, and he's leading our team. We need more sacks on our team. I mean, 2 sacks for Chandler Jones isn't horrible. He is a D tackle. He's more of a disruptor. Bolin has 1 sack. Deshaun Elliott has 2 sacks. That's good to see as a strong safety. He's having a great year. Nadi has 1 sack. A lot of guys with 1 sack, 2 sacks, and the most with 3.5. We need to get that higher if we want to be an elite defense. So we're going to simulate the rest of the season. Again, it's a very competitive division. I mean, everyone has a winning record. Everyone's within 1 game. But we are fortunate to be on top. We got to keep this up. Hopefully our defense can be a little bit better, pad the stats a little bit. I mean, we don't have very many sacks. We don't have very many interceptions, so hopefully we can get those numbers up. But it looks like our offense is playing tremendous. Let's see what happens for the rest of the season. Before we simulate the rest of the season, we have 3 key guys, I would say, that I think we definitely need to sign back for our defense. And the first one is Chris Jones. He is 29 years old, so he is getting on the older side, but a 2-year deal would really not affect our salary cap too much. But that $18 million signing bonus is definitely a big chunk of money. But I think we need him back. He's a key to our defense. At 29 years old, I would take him to 31, just because I think that's when he's going to regress as a player. But again, I think till then, we definitely need to sign him. Having him back just means we can keep building around him and hopefully make this team Super Bowl champions for the next 2 years. L'Jarius Sneed, we got to look at our salary cap here. We're not going to have too much money left, but we'd like to sign him to a 3-year deal, maybe $8 million with a $5.5 million signing bonus. We're paying him a lot, but it's the cost you need to win. He's 85 overall. He's only 26 years old. He'll probably go up. I don't see why not. I don't see why he wouldn't be able to get to a superstar. That's why we're signing him with a little bit more money than even he wants. We want to make sure he's back on this team. We want to make sure he stays motivated. I think he could be a key contributor to this defense, and he has been this year with leading the team in interceptions. Thank you for coming back, L'Jarius. Can't wait to have him on your team. He's 6 foot, 189. He's a great player. And with that, we only have $1.5 million left in re-signing players, but we only have 2 more players to re-sign. And that's great news. A lot of this team will be coming back. We will find out a way, I think, to sign Willie Gay, but we'll see. We're not going to be too worried about that right now. We wanted to sign those 2 key players on defense. Not saying that Willie Gay is not a key player. Some players are just key players to our scheme and our defense, and those 2 players, L'Jarius Sneed and Chandler Jones, we just needed them. We wanted to get them back on the team as soon as possible. And now we are going to simulate the rest of the season and see how well we do. Let's get to the top of the division. Let's stay at the top of the division. Let's go. So at the end of the season, we went 10-7. That is really not the type of season I expected us in the second, at least in the second half. We went 5-2 in the first half, and then 10-7 to end the season. I don't know if that's not great. I expected a lot better than that. Let's go take a look at the schedule and see what happened. So we got killed against the Dolphins week 8, 28-10. Then we won against the Raiders 38-31. That's a big divisional game that we won there. Lost to the Packers 31-28. I think Aaron Rodgers is back too on the Packers, so maybe that means that he will be back on the Panthers this season. Doesn't look like it. Then we won against the Broncos, so we won the division games, it seems like. Won against the Jets. We lost against the Chargers, so that's one divisional game that we did lose, but we did win most of them. We lost against the Jaguars, lost against the Broncos, so I stand corrected. And then beat the Vikings 47-7, and then beat the Bears 28-20. So we're on a 2-game win streak heading into the playoffs, and that's what you need, right? You need a hot streak. You need to be hot going into the playoffs. You don't want to go into the playoffs having a losing streak, or even just losing the last game of the season. You want to go into the playoffs feeling confident, knowing that you can win games. This team that we have has a lot of veterans on the team. They've all been here before. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Kadarius Toney, D-Hop. He's not won a Super Bowl yet, but he has made it to the playoffs a couple times on the Texans, and I think maybe once on the Cardinals. So we have veterans on this team, especially on the defensive side. So I think that's why I'm not too worried about the 10-7 record. The Chiefs have played more games than really anybody in the whole NFL, just making it deep into the playoffs every year. That 10-7 record, I don't think means a lot. All that matters is that we get into the tournament, baby. So we're here, 10-7. We got a game against the Browns in the wild card. We're going to go watch this game. Before we do that, I would like to see how we ended up in the stat category. Patrick Mahomes went off. He had 5,000 yards for 5,114 yards, 48 touchdown passes, almost 50, with only 5 interceptions. Exceptional. 48 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He better get MVP. He is 4th in passing, so that means 3 other players are ahead of him. I don't know how anyone's passing over 5,114 yards, but I guarantee they didn't get 48 touchdowns and 5 picks, so that is crazy. Let's go, Isaiah Pacheco over 1,000 yards. That is good to see. That is great to see. I was kind of concerned. He only had 400 yards in about 7 games, which isn't atrocious. I just didn't know, just because of our pass-heavy offense, if we'll get a guy over 1,000 yards rushing. But Isaiah Pacheco did get over 1,000 yards. It's great to see with 7 touchdowns. Looks like he had a great year, and we expect him to just be our starting running back for, years to come. What did I say? We had 3 players go over 1,000 yards on our team. D-Hop with 1,300 yards, DJ Chark with 1,200 yards, and Travis Kelce with 1,075 yards. I think this is like a down year for Travis Kelce. Only 101 receptions, 1,075 yards, and 7 touchdowns. But I think this is really good for Travis Kelce. I think everyone really needs to take into account that we have D-Hop, we have DJ Chark, we have Kadarius Toney. So they kind of need to take their eyes off Travis Kelce sometimes, because we have all these weapons on the offense. So I think this takes off a lot of stress off of Travis Kelce, and that's why he kind of only had 1,075 yards, because we have so many other weapons. Defensive side, Nick Bolton ended up leading the team in tackles. That's what I like to see. But the surprising thing, he tied with Deshaun Elliott. So we had 2 players, 1 middle linebacker and 1 strong safety, tie for leading in tackles. That's great to see. And this is solo tackles. I'm more interested in the solo tackles. I don't really count the assists right now. But in solo tackles, they're tied with 78. That's just very surprising to me, because Nick Bolton's a linebacker, then we got a strong safety. But Deshaun Elliott, he's had a great year. He had no picks, but he had 2 sacks. I wish I saw those picks go up a little bit. But the good news is L'Jarius Sneed had 7 picks with 63 tackles, 87 total. He had a great year. I'm surprised he's not a superstar yet. Jonathan Jones only had 1 interception, which I'm a little upset about. I thought he'd have a bigger year, but he had a lot of tackles. I'm assuming he still had a pretty good year with 5 pass deflections, catches allowed 40. 40 catches looks like that's pretty low compared to the rest of our secondary. Trent McDuffie only allowed 22, but I don't think he played as much as Jonathan Jones. But overall, it looks like our secondary played pretty well. With QB sacks, Chris Jones had 7.5 sacks for a D tackle. That's crazy. Although there are some D tackles that get 12, 13. That's kind of what I expected with Chris Jones. But 7.5 is still a crazy stat. Good for Chris Jones. 7.5. He's 29 years old, still going on strong. Colby Wooden, rookie year, he ended with 6 sacks. I would say that's a pretty good year for Colby Wooden. You know, I would like him around the 8 to 9 sack range, but that would be an elite year. So 6, I think, is very, very good. We're expecting him to even go off more in the playoffs. So with that said, let's go look at the playoff picture, see what teams made it to the playoffs, see if there's any surprising teams. So the Bucs are somehow in the NFC, the number 1 seed, with Cowboys at 2, Panthers at the 7. The Rams are back in the playoffs. The Eagles are back in the playoffs for another Super Bowl run. That'd be very cool if the Chiefs played the Eagles again, part 2. Then we got the Lions in the 4th seed, the new Detroit Lions, baby. Dan Campbell's that guy. Then we got Washington at number 5. They finally made the playoffs. Good for them. Now, when you look at the AFC, we got the Bengals at the 1 seed. I respect that. I think the Bengals are really good. They have a talented offense. I think the defense could be better, but I think the offense with their receivers, they're very dynamic, especially their running back, even though I think he's getting in trouble because he may have, done something bad. Apparently he may have shot somebody. I'm not 100%, don't quote me. Then we got the number 2 Tennessee Titans. That's a good year for the Tennessee Titans because they struggled last year. They're kind of like in a rebuilding, non-rebuilding process, so that's great. The Broncos had a comeback year. They're the number 7 seed with the Bills, the Steelers with George Pickens, and finally the Chiefs versus Browns, Deshaun Watson versus Patrick Mahomes. Without further ado, let's go into the game, baby. Chiefs, Browns, let's get to the divisional round. We're at Arrowhead Stadium. The Browns want none of the smoke. Arrowhead is a beautiful stadium. They're so loud. It's very tough to play here. I would definitely prefer not to play the Chiefs at their home field. But there's Deshaun Watson. There's Nick Chubb. We got to stop those guys. Nick Chubb is probably the key to their offense. I mean, they give him. He's just such a great running back, man. Especially along Kareem Hunt. I don't think Kareem Hunt's on that team anymore in Madden. But in real life, man, they are just a great dynamic duo. Let's get this game going. So we're going to play the key moments. First key moment with 13 minutes and 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Let's see what we got. We are on defense. Let's play some cover 2. Deshaun Watson is lining up in shotgun. We're going to be Reed here at free safety.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
They got nothing. He's rolling out, and they get the 3rd down and 10. Couldn't get to the quarterback. There's no QB spy on that play. He saw the hole, and he just ran for a good chunk of yardage. 2nd and inches, it's 0-0. This is the same drive as last time. This drive is taking a good bit of time. A guy in space, and get him, and it's a sack! It's a sack for your Chiefs. It's 3rd and 4. I thought we sacked them a lot more than 3 yards, but that's a great sack. That's Chandler Jones for you. They try to run a curl combo. We're gonna be Nick Bolton here on 3rd and 4, playing a zone coverage. It looks like another curl combo with some goes on the outside. The running back. And we couldn't get there fast enough, and that is a 1st down for your Cleveland Browns. They're getting a lot of 3rd downs, which is honestly the key factor in the playoffs. If you can convert on 3rd downs in the playoffs away, that's just a great sign for your team, but we need to stop that. We're blitzing again, another zone blitz. We're liking the zone blitz, but they are blocking it tremendously. Try to make a tackle, and it is a touchdown for your Browns. Man, we had a lot of chances on that 3rd and 10. Deshaun Watson ran for 20 yards, and then there was a 3rd and 4, and he just checked it down, and we didn't make the tackle. The 3rd and 6, and dang, if we can get this 3rd and 6, that is huge 3rd down conversions that were converted by both teams in the first quarter. But let's see what we can do here. We're gonna give it to DJ Chark, having a great year. That's a great 1st down. 4 for 4 for 39 yards. Patrick Mahomes. We're going to stay here. We're going to stay in the game here. We got our rookie Scott going across the field. We're going to look for him. I don't necessarily love it. Patrick Mahomes going down the field. He's got beat. No, and he got sacked. Tyler Scott, the rookie from Cincinnati, was open, but he did not throw it fast enough. He was wide open. That rarely happens for your Patrick Mahomes. That is a huge sack for Myles Garrett. We need to block him, man. I mean, we had enough time. Didn't see anyone open to the last second. We're going to give it to Travis Kelce because why not? Break the tackle. He does not. That is for, I believe, 5 yards. It's 3rd and goal. Again, another 3rd down in the first quarter.
disguise him because for a tight end of his size,
with 2 high safeties, I believe this is going to be cover 2, especially with those guys pressed, but it looks like they're outside press. We're going to say cover 2. He doesn't see anybody open. He sees RB. He sees DJ Chark. No, he doesn't get in. He doesn't get in. It's at the 1-yard line. 6 for 6, 51 yards. Do we go for it, though? Coach says yes, we do. The Chiefs are known for going for it on these types of drives. I wonder if we just give it to Pacheco here. I think he's a great runner. He runs angry. I think he definitely can get 1 yard here. Looks like there's a zone to go. It is a touchdown for your Chiefs. Pacheco, it was a tough run right there. I thought he didn't get in. It was very close, but he did. It is 7-7. We're back with 2 minutes left and 7-7. 1st and 10. They are in the red zone here at the 15-yard line. Nick Bolton is our middle linebacker. That's who we will be using. And it's a run to Nick Chubb. Could not get the tackle, and a great hit by Reed. We need to make that hit all game. We do not want them to give any easy yards. Make them earn it. Right now we got Trey Dean, the rookie from Florida, rushing. He's a kind of a freak of nature, but it looks like he's got another guy open, and we just cannot stop the passing game. They're not even throwing it deep. They're throwing it within 5 yards almost every pass. Doesn't seem like we can guard it right now. We need to change something. We change our... It's a sack! It's a sack! It is 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. That makes it just a little bit more tougher for the Browns and Deshaun Watson. They're in gun bunch here. We're in a zone here with 4 guys rushing. We just can't let them get an easy touchdown here. There's a guy open, but we're covering it. And there's too many guys open. I thought I had the spacing route covered in the middle, but another touchdown for Donovan Peoples-Jones. I believe he's from Michigan. We just can't stop anyone on the defensive side, and I think we're going to have to play some man defense. And now we're here, third and 4, another 3rd down. It'd be huge if we can get this. Again, 3rd down conversion frenzy happen right now if we can get this. Give it to RB. And he doesn't get the ball out fast enough. I can't believe it. He was wide open. Myles Garrett is having a game. He is getting there within seconds. No time for Patrick Mahomes to throw the ball. The coach says to kick the field goal. I think we're going to do that with Harrison Butker. I think he can kick this as a tough field goal with the wind at 8 miles per hour to the right. Let's see if he can get it in. It looks like we might have messed up, and he missed it. We missed the field goal. That is a tough miss. Harrison Butker last year actually had a pretty tough season. He missed a lot of uncharacteristic kicks. It is 1st and goal for the Browns. They're just driving the ball with ease. We got to figure out how to stop him for a field goal right here. Oh, pick the ball off L'Jarius Sneed. No. That was a great play by L'Jarius. He just needed to finish it, and he didn't. The dropped interception, that would have been huge. It's a run play to Nick Chubb. Yes, go! A goal line stop. It is 3rd and goal. It is 3rd and 2. There's a 2-yard line. Just need 2 more yards to get in. We want to watch the play action, but we know that Nick Chubb can easily get 2 yards, so we got to be cautious here. It is a pass, and he is open on the fly. What is a sack before he can get him? Willie Gay coming off the edge. It is a sack for Willie Gay. We held him to a field goal. We have 3 sacks. Browns have 2. You can say that this could be a defensive game, but everyone is scoring points. More so the Browns and the Chiefs. And the field goal is good for the Browns. 17-7. Looking like we really need to score here. The offense is not doing very well. We're always in those 3rd downs. We can't have that. I mean, 3rd downs are fine, but we got to at least convert them. And we do not score on the offensive end. And once again, the Browns are in the red zone. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left. And right now, it's a 2-minute warning. We're struggling. We're home. We're struggling. And, we just need to figure out some adjustments at halftime. But first, we got to get this stop. They're in trips to the left. We're going to run a zone blitz. Hopefully, we can get to him before he can get the ball off. Chandler Jones, get him. How do we not know? And he flips into the end zone. It's a touchdown. How do we not get him? We had 3 guys around Deshaun Watson. He's just looking around. Like, what the hell just happened? Oh, my. We had him for a sack, and we did not get him. We missed 3 tackles, 3 sacks, and he just runs in. We are down 24-7, but you know what? Patrick Mahomes has been here before. I believe that we can do this, but we need to step up, and it has to be this drive. Jackson Mahomes steps up. We're going to throw it deep, and we can't get the ball off. I don't know what it is, but we're throwing it too late. We're not blocking. We give it to RB. DJ Chark is having a game. Another first down going up the field.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
I think we're being too predictive on the offensive side. I think we need to run the ball a little bit more. DJ Chark running an out route and give it to Travis Kelce for a 5-yard gain. We're going to go fast pace here. Patrick Mahomes maybe was looking for a roughing the passer. We have trips to the right. We might be running the same play, but it's all right. We're going to give it to RB. It's a great pass. DJ Chark, was he in? And he's out of bounds. These little mistakes are killing us. We can't seem to get a break. He was wide open. I think just the pass was a little bit outside and could not get 2 feet in. 3rd and 5 here. We really need to get a first down. We're going to pass it to DJ Chark, and he makes up for it. We're going to call a timeout. We want the offense to calm down. Let's talk to Andy Reid. Let's figure out what we want to do here. A score here can be big for the Kansas City Chiefs. So with 51 seconds left till halftime, the Chiefs are trying to go on a drive to at least get a field goal to be within 2 scores instead of 3. Here's the snap. Patrick Mahomes drops it back. Nobody's open. He's got to get rid of the ball, and he does. Myles Garrett is torching our right tackle. This is tough. We might need to block a running back, but right now, we're not. We're going to try to get everyone in the passing game. We're just going to move a little bit to the left. We're going to give it to Y, and that's DJ Chark. It's a pickoff. It's picked by the Browns. A great play by their safety. We cannot catch a break. Patrick Mahomes making poor decisions. I can't believe it, man. We were going on a drive. We just needed a field goal to be within 2 scores. A horrible mistake for the Chiefs against the Browns. Browns can maybe look for a field goal here. And they do not get a field goal, but we are now in the second half. Doesn't look like anything's happening, and it's 31-7 in the 4th quarter with 13 minutes left. We might try to play the rest of the game because we want a chance. This could be the ultimate comeback of the century. 31-7. Let's go. It starts right here. We're going to lock in. Patrick Mahomes stepping back. Don't see anybody open. He has to get rid of the ball. The whole defensive line is just on Patrick Mahomes, and one way to beat Patrick Mahomes is to have all the players around him on the defensive line because he can't seem to get a pass off. Good job by the defense to stop them, but now we have a big drive. We need to at least score a touchdown, and it's got to be fast. 4th and 5. We're going to give it to Travis. He makes a play. A great conversion there. We're going to just start playing the whole game. I tried to before. Looks like the offense is tired, but we got to grind through it. We got to make this a game. This is win or go home. I just hiccuped. We're going to block a lot of people here. We're going to block 7 people. We're going to put DJ Chark on a slant. And we're going to see what this can do. Maybe hold up the defensive line a little bit longer so we have time. But nobody's open, and Myles Garrett still gets past our guys. He has 1.5 sacks and 3 tackles. That does not show how dominant he's been this game. He has been in Patrick Mahomes' face every single time, every single play. This has been a tough game for your Chiefs. Travis Kelce gets the ball there. We're going to have to hurry it up. We're going to have to hurry it up. With 9 minutes left, we're down by a bunch. We're going to have to score fast. We are in kind of in a doubles here. Going to the running back, and he's open. We got to get to Pacheco. Good job trying to get out of bounds. He does not. We got to keep going no huddle here. Trying to go fast pace. We're trying to get people open, and we got to get rid of the ball. We are just getting blasted on the offensive line. There's no one really blocking. They're getting to us, and that's really the cause of this blowout right now. It's really unfortunate because this offensive line is known to be pretty good. Let's see if we can get anything. We can't get a pass off. We just cannot get a pass off here. It's getting very frustrating for your Chiefs. 3rd and 10. We got to try to find something here. Maybe the guy running a curl on the outside. Nothing really here. We're going to try to give DJ Chark. Go DJ. We got to keep going. We got to keep our 3 timeouts because we need them for the end of the game. There's no reason to call timeout right now. We're just going to try to go fast-paced. Great play by DJ Chark. No one's open, really. No one's open. Maybe Travis Kelce, but we can't get the ball off again. It is unbelievable. That's 2 sacks. Oh, boy, we can't get the ball off. That's happened so many times this game. We're going to block the tight end and the running back here because, man, we just... I have no words. I have no words. It doesn't matter how many blockers we have. We just have nobody open. Looks like we're here. We do have some time, but still nobody open. We're just going to throw it, and it's picked off. That might be the game, everybody. That's tough. That is a tough way to go out with 7 minutes left. We're going to simulate for the key moments again. We just couldn't get the job done. That's what it comes down to. 31-7 with 31-7 with 3 minutes left. I mean, you know, nothing's impossible, but no. This is a stretch here. And here we go again. We got the ball out there, but it's an incomplete pass, 3rd and 10. We're just going to simulate the rest of this, I think. No really reason to do any of this with 3 minutes left. Let's go right into the off season here. That's tough. So with that game, we lost 31-7. There was no part of us that should have won that game. We did not play well enough. Myles Garrett had a game of a lifetime. He was in Patrick Mahomes' face all freaking day. There was really no shot for us to get any ball down the field when we wanted to. And even short passes, we still had no time. Our offensive line didn't play well enough. Our defense didn't play well enough. Which is really unfortunate, especially because of this roster. You know, I thought we were so much better than last year, really any year that the Chiefs have won the Super Bowl. So it's very unfortunate. But the only thing we have to do now, we just have to get better. We have to get better somehow. We need to maybe upgrade the offensive line. You know, we have a good offensive line, but maybe we need a better right tackle to face guys like Myles Garrett in the playoffs. Like, we have really had no chance. We blocked 7 guys, but they still got to us within seconds. So that's a tough loss. We're going to see what we have to do in the offseason, but for now, let's go simulate the rest of the playoffs. So for the Pro Bowl, we have a lot of guys on the offense that made it. We have Patrick Mahomes. Who made it, who obviously had an amazing year. D-Hop, DJ Chark, and Travis Kelce on the offensive side of the ball. Creed Humphrey at center, which is also not surprising. He's so good. Left end, we had right end. We don't have any besides Chandler Jones at D tackle. Let's see the linebacking core. L'Jarius Sneed made it at corner for cornerback 1. Great to see. He had a great year too, man. It just sucks because this seems like we had such a good year. Obviously we went 10-7, which is not amazing, but man, we just have so many good players. It's very unfortunate that we underperformed and did not make it past the wild card round. Now let's go to the Super Bowl. It is the Bengals versus, surprisingly, the Commanders. Let's go see who wins that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Washington Commanders won the Super Bowl against the Bengals, who went 15-2. They've been dominant all season, but it turns out the Washington Commanders comes out on top. Their defense is great with a lot of young players. I'm sure that they are the main reason they won. With that being said, let's go to the offseason. So with that said, I totally skipped on this part, though that's totally my bad. The MVP of the league is Patrick Mahomes, which is not surprising at all. He had a great regular season. He had 48 touchdowns, 5,100 yards, with only 2 interceptions. That is almost unheard of. Not for Patrick Mahomes, though, because he does stuff like this every single year. So with that said, we are now at the re-signing period of the offseason, and we don't have many people to look at. We have a lot of these players that we have coming back to our team, which is absolutely great, but we do need to add some additions. Willie Gay, I'm not quite sure if we're going to sign him back, but he is only 26-year-old and 76 overall with a star depth trait. I don't think he'll ever get a superstar, but I think he's a good player to have, so I am going to sign him back. I'm going to try a 3-year deal instead, maybe a 2.5 and a 3.5 bonus. Let's see what he thinks. That's a good offer. Great to have you back. Everybody else, we're probably going to leave. It was a great run with these guys, but for now, this relationship will have to end, but I appreciate their time with the Kansas City Chiefs. So now in the offseason free agency, week 1, there are a lot of freaking players that can make a big difference for this team, and let me show you. Nick Bosa, Lamar Jackson is in free agency, T. Higgins, Justin Herbert's in free agency, Darius Slay, Brandon Ayuk, Gabe Davis, Tua. There is so many names here. Shaq Mason. There really is so many freaking names, and we can get any of these guys. I mean, not all of them. Maybe one guy. We only have 19 million in cap space, but we have a lot of these guys coming back. The question is, what position do we need to fix? But I'm going to leave that for next video. I need to think it over. I don't know if we want another right end to complement Chandler Jones. I don't know. Maybe we need to get a corner. Maybe we need to get a left tackle. Maybe we need to get Isaiah Simmons and put him at linebacker instead of Willie Gay. Maybe we trade a guy to get some extra cap space to sign more of these superstars. Let me know what you think. Overall, we need to get better. This team seems like on paper that they should be winning every single game, but we're not. We need to figure out a better scheme. We need to figure out what players fit our scheme the best. So that's what the key is. You can have all these great players, but you need to be able to have players that fit your scheme and play to their strengths, and that's what we need to do this free agency. Doesn't matter their overall. I mean, somewhat it does, but we need to make sure they fit our scheme. So let me know in the comments, who do you think we should get? What position do we need to upgrade? What do you think we need to do in the draft? So let me know. Like the video, subscribe to the video. Thank you for watching. Can't wait for the next video. See you there.